Hey guys, and welcome back to the 415 podcast with your girls, Miss B and Keita. Miss B, how you doing?
Well, April's a very important month for the both of us. We kind of completed the whole birthday feel, 415, April 1st, April 15th. So we had our birthdays during Corona. It did not stop the show. We did turn up. We did take good photos. We did have a good time as much as we could. So just blessed to be promoted to another year. So yeah, good in my book. Other people are upset about being locked down, but you know what? I'm good. As long as I'm breathing and I'm here, I am okay. Besides, I don't want to
Definitely.
go anywhere anyway. So,
Well,
yeah.
yesterday was Friday was the day they opened up Georgia.
Mm,
Small businesses for Georgia. So we'll
mm-mm.
see what happens this Thursday because
No.
next Friday is the first. Yeah, Georgia will be back
Mm.
open. Yeah.
No. Mm-mm. So, I'm not about that life. I live in New York, New Jersey area, and we just going to stay in the house, and when they do give us the clear to go out, I'm still not going anywhere. I'm going to let the whole wave of people who couldn't stay in house go and see how everything goes with them. And then I'm going to go outside. That's how I'm planning that right there. But we have a special guest today. This is episode 97. We have Miss Tisha Hammond. We are excited for her to come on the show and chop it up with us. Welcome to the 415 podcast.
Thank you, Queens. I'm happy to be here with you.
Yes, it's
Thank you. Thank
like,
you.
I don't even know how I connected with you, but I'm glad I did because you have some great content. And I was just like, you know what? We were going through who we wanted to get on, like trying to get into like more guests on the show instead of us and kind of branching out to kind of, network and connect with everybody else. So it's just like, what about Tisha? Because I'm like, she always somewhere doing something. So, let's get to know her. I feel like I know, electronically and all digitally and stuff, but I'm like, let's get to have a conversation with her. And yeah. So thank you for coming on.
Yes, I'm excited. Who knows all that we're gonna be spilling today? So I'm
Right.
happy.
Yes. So this is Mrs. From Launch to Ascent. Tell us about you. Tell us about, how you got started. What were you a motivational speaker first, author first? How did everything come about for you?
All right. So I'm really just a woman who woke up. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I woke up somewhere around 2017. I had owned a business. Now, I've had my business, which is Ascent Small Business Promotion LLC. It's in Farmington Hills, Michigan. I've had that since January 2015. I came to that relationship with being an entrepreneur and
Mm-hmm.
accepting that was inside of me and I needed to birth that business. I accepted that while I was still working full time in the federal government.
Gotcha.
And I had spent an amazing career, 21 years traveling around the world, protecting our borders here and abroad in another country. And then the last 9 or so years of that career, I was able to understand and learn the area of civil rights advocacy. And it was in having conversations with people who would come to my office or just blow up my inbox and my telephone with complaints about the job. So people would say things like, I get knots in my stomach when I think about coming to work. Like I don't
Oh,
want Monday to come because I
have that
can't
feeling.
stand you know
Oh, yes, I know.
heard these conversations. Yeah. So after years of hearing that all the time, that was the conversation people brought. I began to ask people, well, if you weren't here, what would you
Mm-hmm.
be doing? And the resounding theme of their answers was, I'd be doing something that I love. I would be living out a dream. I would be turning my passion into a paycheck. And so one day I took a what is your dream job quiz.
Hmm.
I thought I was in my dream job. I loved what I did in civil
Right.
rights advocacy. I was great at it. And the results of that what is your dream job quiz came to be, look, Tisha, you are well suited to be in public relations or to be a small business promoter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, promoter. When I thought of that, I thought about like Don King and boxing, and I didn't really know what promoter meant. I knew that my husband was already in public relations, and I didn't want to go in that lane.
Gotcha.
And so start dwelling on what's a small business promoter, Lord, you know, and putting it in prayer, and going before the throne and asking family, you know, what do you guys think that I'm good at? What can I do that I don't see? And it was like a dream. You know how I have a dream, that wonderful MLK speech? Okay, that literally happened to me. So November 29th, 2014. 2014 was just a tragedy. I won't go into great detail. That's a whole other show. But you know, a lot of triumphs come out of tragedy.
Right.
A lot of clarity comes out of confusion. November 29th, 2014, I had a dream that I remember clear as day. And so this is, you know, now 6 years later, I still remember as if I was sleeping peacefully. I saw an eagle soaring. I saw the colors blue and gold.
Right now.
I saw the name Ascent Small Business Promotion. I saw the name, the Small Business Cheerleader.
Yes.
And I was like, business cheerleader? I could do that. I still didn't know what promoter was. I could cheerlead for some people. And really that's how it turned about. January 2nd, 2015, I got my domain name. I registered with the state of Michigan as a LLC, and been rocking and rolling, growing and stumbling and growing ever since.
I hear that.
That's great.
Like, how did you, you know, like when you got started, you know, were you nervous? Were you scared? Because I tried, you know, I'm a runway coach on the side, and I've tried, you know, but in the Black community, they don't really like to, you know, put efforts into a Black, you know, business, and they want discounts, and they want, you know, you to do a lot of things for free. And that was where I was. Everything was free. And then when it was like, you know what, I can't do this for free. I understand my worth. I want to charge now. And then people run. Like, did you have to deal with, you know, anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is just the reality of being a solopreneur, being an entrepreneur, being someone that is hopeful that your family and friends will be your first customers, you know, and that they won't ask for discounts. Or if they ask for discounts, they at least applaud you on social media and help you spread your message. Of course, I went through all of those things, and I went through years. Ladies, literally, it wasn't until last year that I started putting serious value on my time.
Right.
And that came because people do you dirty.
Yeah.
People do you dirty. And then I realized, you know what? It's not people, it's me. I don't have to allow this.
Right.
Not everybody has to be my customer, and I don't have to be everybody's small business cheerleader.
Wow.
So, in being a business consultant, a speaker, a training developer, a writer, and a business owner, I get to choose who my customer is. And I didn't really take that to heart until 2019. Wow. And I took it to heart after a conversation with a beautiful woman named Mimi Brown. She's the president of the National Speakers Association here in Michigan. And she gave me some sales 101 training that I hadn't heard quite this way before. But when she said it, I believed it, I took it to heart, and I ran with it. And she said simply, Tisha, when you get to the point in the conversation where a potential customer wants to know your price, say your price and shut up.
Right. No negotiations.
And I was like, oh my, I'm a talker. So to shut up is, you have
hard.
To be, oh yes, it's
right.
Huh.
So the very next time that I got the next day, I got a phone call from a potential customer who we were right at that point of conversation where she knew what I did. She sought me out. She had an understanding of my services. Tisha, what price are we talking about? I said the most comprehensive package of services that I believe suited her needs. And it happened to be the most expensive one on the list because she had a great need. I said it, and I prayed to God that I could hold this little tongue in long enough. Right. I said it and I shut up. And like clockwork, she said, let's book it. I'm ready.
That's great.
I sent that invoice. She paid it in full. There was no wavering. There was no negotiation. And I delivered what I said I would before I said I would do it. And that's how you get a repeat customer. You know what I'm
True.
saying?
Have a deadline, but come in, be way before it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's I can really take a gem from that one, because I'm in the stages now of what trying to create another stream of income. And like you said before, sometimes your friends, family, they don't support you. And I understood that, where I got that hands on when I was telling a friend about what I wanted to do. And they was like, well, you're gonna have to come up with something better than what you're doing, because everybody's doing that. But just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean that somebody can't buy my product or, invest in what I'm doing. And just like you, last week, I got a dream about what I should do and which way I should go. Because at first I was thinking about so many things and what I should do. And the dream, I literally seen myself, walking, and I'm watching people like pull at my hand trying to get what I had, or what the product that I had. And I could smell it in my dream. So I was like, oh, okay, so that's the one that I need to go with and stick to that one as my first product, and not try to do so many at one time. Just do that one and go with, So, and now that hearing you say, stick to a price and that's it. Don't negotiate. Don't, waiver anything. So that's, I needed that one.
Amen. And you know why that is? I mean, it's not that we go around randomly pulling prices out of the air. People are paying for the years of expertise it took you to develop that scent.
Right.
They're paying for your blood, sweat, and tears to have a seat at the table.
Right.
So that you get your message and your product out. They're paying for a product that they only want to buy from you. So yeah, not everybody. People may be able to get whatever product you have, but they didn't get it from you. They didn't get your special touch with it. It didn't come the way that you could deliver it in the packaging that you have prepared for it.
Right.
And it doesn't, and they don't have the same relationship with whoever they might buy it from. You are unique. You are a queen. People know they know who they want to support. Right. And sometimes we're looking for support from people that we know, from people in our community. The reality is, this is a big world. And there's somebody over in Uganda. There's somebody over in Wales, in the UK. There's someone in Chile who might want your product.
Right.
Who's not in our community, but is a customer and would love to do business with you. So when we open up and accept that this is a big world and that we get to choose who our customers are, and we just put it out there in the atmosphere, this is what my business is. This is what we offer. This is how you can expect to receive it. This is the price. This is how you can order it. Make it easy. One-click solution.
Right.
And when you make it easy for the customer, they tell people that experience, and you create, unofficial ambassadors.
Right.
And that's what spreads your message.
True.
That's true.
I think like when I was really doing my whole runway thing, like, yes, that was my passion. I did everything. Like, I sweated that thing out. I loved it. It just made me happy. It was my outlet away from everything, that was going on in my life. And I think when I really tried to move from, being free to now, charging for my service, I think I was too focused on the numbers, who was actually going to support, how many people were actually looking to pay. And even if it was just one person that wanted to, book me, I was still upset that it wasn't all the people that I know, just focusing on that. I should have just focused on that one, because it's actually someone who believed in me. So, yeah.
I love that idea. You know what they see? Sometimes what people are waiting to see in us is our confidence, is how we value our services and products and how we put our message out. And what I have found that works really well is follow up. So I get to meet so many people every year. And it's nice to collect business cards. I have a theory about business cards and what I do with them and what some people might do with them and who wants them and who doesn't. So my theory is, one, if we meet in person and there's something that is just pulling us to have another conversation, I'll take your business card if you feel compelled to give it to me. But really what I want is for you to get in my cell phone and for me to get in your cell phone. Because if you are in my cell phone, when you call, I'm going to answer it and I'm going to call you by name and you're going to be surprised. It's been 3 years since we talked, but I still know your name. I remember where we met. I remember what you told me and that your grandson likes chocolate ice cream. When you remember the heart to heart, you know, some people have B2B businesses, B2C. I have a H to H, heart to heart.
Right.
Some people need that in a service provider. Some people just want, just give me the product or the material or the service and no relationship. I want the relationship part of business because I don't want it to be transactional. I don't want to see you for 8 hours and we impact your business. We move the needle and your business grows and you see this major support coming in from all ways in social media. You get new customers and then you leave me alone. I don't want that. I want to be a part of launching your business from the ground up all the way to that ascent being what you believe is success. And that's different for everybody.
That's like having the, you know, back in the day, like the mom and pop stores, and they knew everybody in the community. You see what I'm saying? Like they had developed a relationship with everybody. Okay, how's your grandma? Did she get her medicine? Or how's your aunt? Is she still in Alabama or something? It's like you knowing something personal about that customer or about that client that you have to develop a trustworthy relationship.
Connection.
Yeah.
Wow. See, you got me in here thinking a lot now. It's like you don't think you know something or need something until, and I'm like, I needed this conversation.
And you know, we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
That's why it's so important to reach out to another human being and ask questions, ask for the relationship, ask for the get to know you conversations or the virtual coffees or whatever we're going to call them while we're not going outside. And for the record, I don't feel stuck at home. I feel safe at home.
Same.
I could be at home till 2021 and be quite okay with it.
As long as I got my TV and stuff.
Yeah. So, but it's the relationship. And while we're in this COVID-19 pandemic time, I am using as much time as I have, because you have to set boundaries on your time also.
Sure.
You got to have some downtime and guard it with your life.
Mm.
But in those pockets of time that I am allowing for networking and marketing and whatever I'm going to put on my calendar, I am going into as many networking groups as possible virtually and finding, where do I fit in? How can I be a blessing to somebody? When I network, it's not ever looking at a particular person as a paycheck. It's looking at, wow, if this person and I strike up a great conversation, I can open up my network to them, and they may open up their network to me. True. And it's in that network that we find our net worth going up and up and up. The person you're talking to on a networking call may never need your service, but their neighbor might, once they have a conversation with them, and something reminds them, oh, I know Tisha, let me give you her phone number. So that's been my perspective for the last 5 years when it comes to networking. I don't have aggressive marketing that targets my ideal client on Facebook. I don't. It is relationship building. And honestly, the way that I make money, ladies, is when I left that federal government career, I turned right around and made the government my customer. So government contracting has been a blessing to me. And when I'm not doing that, and I get to do the same work that I did for the government, but I do it on my terms. I do it on my schedule. And I do it at the rate that I can handle without driving myself insane. right?
Mm.
When I was able to turn around and make my employer my customer, I began to train other people how to do that too, and how to preserve relationships with your employer, and what to do while you're still employed that is going to benefit you when you say thank you. You've been good to me, employer. I have been excellent to you, and I'd like to continue our relationship this way.
Right.
So I was able to leave and create training courses for that. And that's been something that I take a lot of pride in, is helping people make that transition from employee to entrepreneur, because it's scary. Yes, it took me years. Yes, when I was ready to leap, I cried. I cried for months. I remember the day I told my supervisor, this is the day. We cried together. They tried to keep me. I wanted to stay because I wanted that luxury
Comfort.
paycheck. You want the security of knowing you're going to get paid. When you're an entrepreneur, it's not guaranteed that you get paid every 2 weeks.
Nope.
It might be every 2 months if you let it. But that's the reality. So I try to remind as many people before they take that leap to, hey, let's look at the mistakes that I made so that you don't have to make them. Let's look at the mistakes that other companies have made, but how they were able to rebound and detour, and pivot is the main word right now, right? How they were able to correct course to still achieve what they wanted to meet their goals. Sometimes you have to change course, but you can still meet the goal.
Right.
So those are the kind of things that I get to talk to people about. And of course, mentoring has been big. I believe if you're a mentor, you're a blessing. And if you are being mentored, that's golden. You know, it doesn't just have to be by one person. It could be by several people.
True.
If that would be helpful.
True. We might be running over. I don't know. Do you have time to do a second part?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to bounce out of here and come back in, and we'll get into some more good stuff with Miss Tisha Hammond, y'all.